I've previously discussed some of the problems that we encounter with the running out of fossil fuel sources of energy and with the development of the greenhouse effect. I'd now like to talk about some of the things that we might do to help alleviate these problems. What we can do is use our energy more efficiently, use less of it, and do so in a way to avoid the generation of greenhouse gases. Now, about 20% of our energy gets used for lighting. And most of our lighting is carried out using conventional incandescent light bulbs invented by Edison about 100 years ago. These are not very efficient. About 10% of the energy is used for light, and the other 90% generates heat. We can do better. Fluorescent lights are much more efficient, and we have today compact fluorescent lights such as these, and for these, over 90% of the energy is used to produce light. So what we can do is replace the incandescent lights with compact fluorescents. And pretty soon I think this will be required. Now in the future something even better might occur. We have light-emitting diodes like these used in night lights. These are even better than fluorescent lights, but they're really rather expensive and used in selected applications like these and for traffic lights. With developments, we'll have large area compact fluorescent lights, large area light-emitting diodes coming along. And these, I think, will be a future source of efficient lighting. Now, another use of energy is in transportation. Many of us travel around using cars, and these are energy hogs. We could do much better if we use public transportation, where many of us can be together in a single vehicle, and we should encourage the development of means of public transportation. If we use cars, we ought to use more fuel-efficient cars, and legislation is being considered to improve the mileage efficiency of cars. Detroit doesn't like this, but I think it will come about. Also, we have coming on the scene hybrid cars. Here is a Toyota Prius driven by an electric motor receiving its energy from batteries that are kept charged by a small gasoline engine. Along with using energy more efficiently, we need to think about alternate ways of generating it that don't use fossil fuel and don't contribute to the greenhouse effect. We'll consider several of these ways in detail, but I'd like to briefly mention a few of them now, such as the use of wind, water power, photovoltaics, and others to be discussed in detail later. Here is an array of solar cells which don't use fossil fuels or produce carbon dioxide, but are still relatively inefficient and expensive. Alternatively, we can use biomass as a fuel, and there are various agricultural sources of this that we will also be discussing. It is apparent that there are many ways of facing these problems that are upon us. No one of them is going to solve it all. We have to use them together in a proper sort of way. And it's going to take a concerted effort of government, scientists, and the public to be able to solve the problem. It's worth doing so that life will be good for ourselves and our descendants in the future. We need to work on it.